lemonade. We all know it, we all love it, but what's that? Folks, I have just received some very frightening news indeed. Lemonade is a poison. It's a malicious, evil agent of destruction that wants nothing more than to kill you. To explain why, first we have to go back all the way to high school chemistry, where they probably taught you about the pH scale. It basically measures how acidic something is, with a pH score below 7 corresponding to acids, and a pH score above 7 corresponding to things that are not as acidic, so bases, we call them. And if you take something like water, which is neutral, and add an acid to it, the water will become acidic. Now, your blood hovers in between a pH of 7.35 and 7.45, and it's really, really important that it stays within that small range, because otherwise you'll die. So, if you drink lemonade and it goes into your bloodstream,
That should kill you, right?
because lemonade's acidic, and we just saw that if you mix acid and water, it turns the water acidic. Well, no. And to understand why lemonade doesn't send you shuffling off this mortal coil, we need to understand something called a buffer.
Wow.
Put real simply, a buffer is just a mixture of two specific chemicals. One of them is what's called a weak acid. It's sort of like lemonade, but just less acidic. And the other one is called a weak base. It's like the basic version of a weak acid. And the two chemicals need to form what's called an acid-base pair, which means that the weak acid and weak base are very similar compounds that are kind of interchangeable. And the magic of a buffer is that it resists both acids and bases, such that if you add a lemonade to a buffer, the pH will barely change at all. As you might be expecting at this point in the video, it turns out that the reason lemonade doesn't kill you is because your blood contains a buffer, specifically the bicarbonate buffer system. So that if some acid or some base enters your bloodstream, the buffer just handles it. So, sorry about that. Lemonade isn't actually poison after all. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, I tutor chemistry, and if you enjoyed this video and need help in chemistry, scan this QR code.